Duncan at Bea ay paborito kong married couple sa mundo. And although I could do the rest of the speech sa Tagalog as well, I will continue in English from here. What I said was Duncan and Bea are my favorite married couple in the world, but my wife and I are truly my favorite. Do you understand what you're doing? You can hold my hand. So, I was thinking about what I wanted to write, and ChatGPT helped me out a little bit, and said that I should start with a few jokes. And since Duncan and Bea are going to be nurse and police officer, Bea's a nurse already, and Duncan will be a police officer, I thought, why not make some jokes about their professions? So here's a few. Why did the police officer go to art school? To learn how to draw his gun better. Someone stole all the wheels off of Duncan's police car. He's been searching for them tirelessly ever since. There's still two more. What did the banana say to the nurse when she asked him why he came to the hospital? I'm not feeling well. If you're Filipino, that was spelled with a P, not a P. Okay, last one. What's the difference between an oral thermometer and a rectal thermometer? The taste. So interestingly enough, I'm a pharmacist and I get to instruct people on thermometers a lot, and truly you can use the same thermometer for oral and rectal use. So I always throw it in there as my little extra joke where they say, well, do I use it for oral or rectal use? I say, well, you choose, but don't change it. So a little bit about me. I'm from Swift Current, so the same place where Duncan is from and his family. We grew up actually just around the corner from each other, so we spent lots of time together. I came here with my family, and I want to say hi Lucas and hi Caleb. Hi. This is their first wedding, and Caleb said, let's go to another wedding. This one's not done. I think that Duncan and I first started being friends because we didn't go to the same school actually. We did live on the same block and we went to the same church, but my first memory is Duncan inviting me over to his house and we went to his room and we traded Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's my first memory with Duncan. We might have been about 8 or 10. I'm sure we knew each other before that, but that's kind of like for me what I remember best. We competed against each other in sports lots, and we also competed against each other in who is tallest. And for the longest time, I was taller than Duncan. And now that's flipped. Duncan and I got into a lot of mischief over the years. And although Wanda suggested that I should tell a lot of stories about Duncan, when Duncan was applying for the RCMP, he told me that he had to share with them any sort of illegal activity he might have been involved in at some point in his life. And he said he shared a lot of stories about me already with them. So I signed on to a non-disclosure agreement about all the good stuff, but I'll still share a few with you. Bea, I just have, I think, this maybe one last chance to give you a few tips about Duncan before you go home and be Duncan and work together. So here they are. So number one, he doesn't reply to texts. Just call him. Number two, if you feel yourself wanting to disagree with something that Duncan says, that's fine. Actually, he will listen very patiently and respectfully to you. But you must be ready with a thesis statement and 3 supporting paragraphs to go along with it, because that's what he will expect from you before he'll ever change his mind. Number 3, he doesn't have the same kind of sense of danger that the average person does. There was a game that I actually learned from my uncle where you stand about 5 feet apart from each other with your legs spread shoulder width apart, and you throw a knife in between each other's legs. And we played this game for a long time, and we got very good at it, actually. And you would take a step back every time that you were successful. And we got to a point where we were throwing the knife far and able to land it between each other's legs. And the only rule was you can't move or you lose. And again, this went on for a while, and we were doing okay. Nobody got hurt. So Duncan said, hold on, I'll be right back. And I don't know how, but he went to his house, and in his garage found a javelin. It's like, let's go. The game was over there. He won. Number 4, he's pretty brave. One night we were sleeping on the roof of a building in a park near one of our houses, and there's a lot that goes along with that story. But I'll skip to the part that I'm trying to get to. There was a group of about 10 older teenagers that were walking by this building that night, and Duncan, and I don't know why, but the first thing that he thought to do was to bark at them. So, he's barking at them, and they didn't take too kindly to that, so little did we know they were carrying a few cartons of eggs with them, for whatever reason. So on came the barrage of eggs falling on us from the sky, from the roof, but that didn't deter Duncan, so he kept going, and I think there was some hooting involved in there too. They tried to climb the building to come get to us. We were lucky that they couldn't find the way up that we found, so that was the end of that. Number 5, he's generally up for just about anything, and he's a lot of fun. I always knew that I could rely on Duncan to make an evening a lot more fun. We've done things like dyed our hair purple. We were banned from YouTube for making a bad cover of a song. We've made DIY fireworks in our garages. And just 2 days ago, he finished a round of golf wearing a dress, a tiara, and a wedding veil. And he didn't even take it off when I told him it was time. He said, "Okay, I can finish lunch with this on, no worries." Number 6, he cares a lot about the people that are closest to him. I was reminded this week, because I mentioned earlier that we don't see each other a lot now that he's in Edmonton and I'm here, and he came and he found the love of his life, and I'm so happy for him. But I was reminded a lot this week of the way that he encourages his friends. He's always giving high fives to everybody, and when somebody says something that they've done that was a success for them, good job. And he really makes you feel good about the things that you do and that you are. Number 7, he's ready to be a dad and no pressure. My point is that aside from the way he takes care of Lulu and Leo, Duncan also has had dad jokes down for quite a long time now. There was a basketball practice one time where our coach was trying to encourage us to work out more so we can maybe learn to dunk. And Duncan, seeming like he's been waiting for this moment his entire life, said, "Mr. Revere, I've been dunking since I was born." And number 8, I know he's going to be a great husband. So to recap, so far what I've said is that Duncan is a poor communicator, reckless, dangerous, and doesn't take things seriously. But hang on, something changed, you guys. He met Bea. Duncan always makes himself available to his fiancée, but now wife, Bea. He contributes to all the plans that you two are making. He speaks so kindly to you, and you should hear the way that he speaks about you when you're not around. He takes responsibility for your dog children. He talks about hopes for your future. He plans trips with you, protects you, defends you, and loves you. And because of you, our little Duncan is all grown up. He even has tried new foods. Bea, you are such a wonderful and amazing woman. Mary and I love spending time with you and Duncan, and we think of you guys as being so much fun. I know that you already know how great Duncan is. I know that you have already gone on lots of adventures, but there are many more coming. When you look back on things, you'll realize that the greatest adventure is the life that you're building together, so enjoy the ride. Congratulations on your marriage, today, and love you, Duncan and Bea.
Wow, thank you so much, Marshall.